Should you start training the press to handstand even if you still haven't mastered the freestanding handstand? My answer is yes, absolutely. But you have to follow the right progressions or you will be wasting your time. In this video, I'm gonna show you the 4 steps that will take you from beginner to intermediate to build an excellent foundation for the press to handstand. Each step is gonna have 4 exercises and you want to do them once or twice a week for at least 6 weeks. But why so many exercises? Well, the truth is that the press to handstand is one of the most complete calisthenics skills, and to do that you need straight arm pushing strength, hamstring and shoulder flexibility, compression strength, and control and balance. Without further ado, let's get started. We will start by working on hamstring flexibility. The more stiff your hamstrings are, the harder your press is gonna be, as it will be like if you are trying to drive a car with your foot on the brake pedal. My favorite way to improve hamstring flexibility is with the single leg good morning. The beauty of this stretch is that when done well, you will maximize your stretch on the hamstrings. To do that, you want to keep your back flat and stick out your butt. You want to do 10 reps and a 10-second hold per leg for a total of 2 sets. Once we have our hamstrings loose, we want to work on our straight arm strength by doing the kneeling press to pike. This is a great exercise for learning how to rapidly fire your shoulder and upper back muscles. Just place your hands in front of your knees and push as tall as you can to simulate the first part of the press to handstand. Stack your shoulders at the top for 2 seconds and come back down. Repeat for 5 to 10 reps and 3 sets. Next, we want to work on compression strength. No matter how flexible you are, that if your hip flexors aren't strong enough, you aren't going to lift your feet when doing the press. Here you will be doing straddle pulses for 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. When you pulse, you want to just lift your legs for 1 second. If that's hard for you, I recommend you to bring your arms closer to your torso, put your butt over some box, or just do rest pause between reps. Finally, to finish the first phase, I want you to start drilling the movement of the press to handstand but on a tuck headstand position. Make sure to go down slowly for 3 seconds, and you can do this for 4 to 6 reps and a total of 3 sets. For all the exercises that require balance, I recommend you to rest as much as you need. We will start the second phase with one of the exercises that helped me the most, the seated pike crash. For me, mobility has always been my limiting factor whenever it comes to unlocking the press, and this exercise saved me the day. Here you will need an object to crash and a wall to sit against. To crash hard the object, you want to rotate forward your pelvis so that you are sitting like in your hamstrings. And you want to crash the object for 10 seconds and relax for 5. Do this 3 times for a total of 3 sets. Next, we want to work on our shoulder flexibility because, again, the more flexible you are, the easier the press is gonna be. Here, you want to place your hands in front of your feet and try to actively open your shoulders. I recommend you to do 3 sets of 10 reps. Now it's turn to work on straight arm strength. One of the best exercises to do this is the planche lean to press. This will help you strengthen your scapula in 3 different planes: protraction, upward rotation, and elevation, which will have a great carryover to the press to handstand. You want to do this for 5 to 8 reps and 3 sets. If that's still too hard, you can just do scapula push-ups. Finally, now you will be doing the straddle headstand press, which will be harder than the tuck variation we did on the first phase. You want to do this for 4 to 6 reps and 3 sets, and remember to spend 3 seconds on the way down. We will start this phase with the hamstring stretch from week 1, the single leg good mornings. After that, we will move to the straddle variation of the seated crash. Same things as before apply, but now you want to crash on each side. I recommend you to start with your worst side first. Next, we will do chest to wall tuck holds. This is one of my favorite exercises as you will be improving shoulder mobility and straight arm strength simultaneously. Once you get into a tuck position, try to hold it for at least 10 to 20 seconds and a total of 3 sets. If it's too hard for you to get into this position, you can do this back to wall, but you will have less gains. Finally, we are gonna crank up a level of our headstand press by doing the pike variation. Remember to go down slowly and rest as much as needed, as this is a balance exercise. We will start the last phase with a balance exercise, the wall assisted straight to tack. This isn't an easy exercise, but if you follow my free handstand program simultaneously, you will be able to pull it off. The key to actually pull it off is to keep your hips over your shoulders while you bend your knees. This drill here will have a huge carryover on your future press to handstand. Of course, do this first against the wall, and I recommend you to do it for 1 to 2 reps and for 4 sets. Next, you want to work again on the seated pike crash that we did on phase 2 to further improve your mobility. And after this, you will do an exercise that I love, which is the pike to L-sit. To do this more easily, you want to use higher parallels or 2 chairs to decrease the amount of mobility that you will need. From the pike position, you want to start lowering yourself as low as possible into an L-sit. And from the L-sit position, try to go back and use momentum if needed. If that's too hard, try first to do this with a tack. When you do this, always keep in mind to push tall with your shoulders and drive the movement with your hips, trying to put them on top of your hands when you are on the pike position. Do this for 4 sets and 2 to 5 reps and use rest pause if needed. Finally, we will finish this phase with a mobility exercise for the pancake, which helps a lot in the press to handstand. Here you will sit on the floor with your legs at around 60 degrees from the center, and you will grab a stick. Once you are seated correctly, you want to push forward by engaging your quads and your glutes. Don't arch your back, but rather think about rotating your hips and trying to stand up. Contract for 10 seconds and relax for 5. Do this for 3 reps and 3 sets. Alright, so follow this routine and you will get an excellent foundation for the press to handstand. But remember that simultaneously you want to keep working on your regular handstand, because if you don't have a 30-second handstand, it will be very hard to get a decent press. If you want to get a 30-second handstand fast, I recommend you to take a look at my handstand flow method. I will put a link on the description below so that you can check it out. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like that. I will see you in the next video.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day.